There we are. Okay, we have tea, we have no sleep. Oh, apparently we also have no background. I think that's fine. How's everybody doing? I am tired. I am content. Hello, Donlot. How you doing? How's it going, Squatch and Moonlight Glacier? How's the volume compared to my voice? Because I haven't done any sound testing. I barely managed to get this scraping by. Restream was fucking me over. You know how it goes. Oh, it's good? That is peculiar. Volume seems a little bit quiet. Where microphone? Microphone, where are you? That's desktop audio. Where's my microphone auxiliary? There we go. Yeah, and maybe that should do the trick. How's Vicious Bagon doing? Well, he's doing pretty well, although I wouldn't call him vicious just yet. He's actually very content, just very nice and well behaved as a baby. He hasn't been doing that much crying, mostly whenever he, like, diaper changes and stuff like that. He even had to get the little prick in the heel where you sample some blood, stuff like that, and it was like, where? And then he was like, okay, actually this is not worth the effort of crying. So that actually went pretty well. Oh man. I actually have a little card over here. Stupid camera, can I filter? Does this work? It's very cute. It's very, very cute. Okay, Radiant Dawn. We had Daybreak. Well, my doctor had to do that for me, according to my mom, he said, and thus ends a nice relationship. Yep. The doctor actually had to sample multiple times, mainly due to the baby, like, some babies turn a bit yellow, and that happened here as well, so he actually had to get some light therapy, so he was in, I don't know what it's called in English, it was still allowed to be on the room and not like in one of those big baby rooms you see in the hospital series, but in one of those little thingies where they just have blue light. So he was sunbathing pretty much for just a day, and he actually was laying like this, just chilling with his little mask on. Very happy boy. Oh, hello? Are we breaking? Okay, we're not breaking. Loading times are difficult, however. And that actually also reflects in my glossary and data, because people may have forgotten this, but my data, my memory is currently a little bit overloaded. So stuff is breaking all over the place. If I try to load in the character tree, it just crashes. If I try to load in the, what's it called? If I try to load in the tutorial, it crashes. I hope my memory issues can be fixed soon, but it's the one thing I'm really looking into at the moment. But we do have personal skills. I hope everybody enjoyed that video. It took a while to make. I'm actually very glad with all the chapter data. And now we just have a few icons and some, what's it called, a little bit of cleanup in the descriptions. Like this one, speed is colored appropriately, but there's a few that actually aren't set yet. And then there's a few, like Micaiah's Sacrifice, that one's fixed, but her upgrades are not. All of them Now I still have to make a couple of personal skills for like Jared and Ludwig and Leville and Zelgius. There's plenty to do. And plenty of icons to fix. But all things considered, I'm pretty happy with the spot I landed in when I made the video. And I've got all the icons, all the weapons in here. And there was one thing I really wanted to take a look at. I think I can show this with Ike. I was doing a little bit of testing, some unused data. And I really want to see if I can make this work, but I'm hopeful, but I'm not really expecting it to. Like, at the moment, it's not working yet. Yeah, we have reinforcements. Ileana always takes some damage because of her personal skill. And here we have a couple of items. Some of them don't have descriptions. However, in the style of Path of Radiance, we have 2 equipable thingies. And that's pretty cool. Accessories might actually be a thing. However, if I take a look at the Night Ring... let's see, Night Ring should give luck +7. Yeah, all of these, I've got 3 Night Rings and they should all give luck +7. And sadly, currently it does not give luck +7. Project M has memory issues. Have you tried asking the Project M guys? From what I'm aware, there are memory issues on the Wii hardware, but emulators can handle at least. Might be really useful to go and take a peek there in that case. But hopefully, Path of Radiance band's actually equipable as well, because I don't know, I made it work somehow. I can actually take a look, see if I can give the Demi Band some equip and some stats as well. And maybe I can actually make that work. Let's see, Knight's Ring. Currently they have only move 2. Maybe that's why it doesn't give a... Does that attribute, move 2, does that actually work? That's also a good question. So currently Ike doesn't have Kanto. The Ettard also being a rapier... pretty big stonks. Do you now get Kanto just because you have that item equipped? You do not. Okay, that's good to know. Where is my folder? We're going to be restarting, of course, quite a bit. So I've removed that, and then Demi Band. Let's give it a defense +2 just for testing purposes. One day you will remember your Twitch login. That's a good one. I always forget that. Luckily, I've got something that helps me. Oh no, hello, there's a baby crying. But luckily, Mom is on the case. Luckily, I've got my passwords sorted. I don't remember any of them, but at least I've got a manager, a little notebook that will help me. Okay, first testing to do. Do we actually get accessories working? I have to keep it in mind though, the Project M, because if they, I should have thought of that before. I've never really been that much into I've never been that much into Project M. I played Brawl religiously as a kid. That was my first Smash Brothers, except for maybe a few Melee games with friends, like when they had the game at their home. But other than that, Brawl was, like, the Subspace Emissary was my jam. I played that shit so much. Okay, let's see. Equip the Ettard, equip the Night Ring, equip the Demi Band. Okay, that seems to work. But now, do we get... We don't get stat bonuses. That's the issue. If I equip the Demiband, do I get a defense bonus? I do not. Why do I not get a defense bonus? Do I actually get a defense bonus? Is it just not showing up? Would be helpful if I attack someone who can retaliate. 21 with the band equipped. Probably 21. Yeah, okay, so it's currently not giving anything. Okay. Let's take a quick look at Path of Radiance. I know that you can't see this, but if I go here... there's at least a couple of things. That's what I had planned for the animation showcase. Which we'll get to in a little bit. Where is Paragon? Paragon. Application. This one probably won't pop up, but if I can see Path of Radiance base and then go to items, and somewhere we should have the Wyvern Band, etc. Soldier Ring. Unknown is 04. It's an accessory. No attributes. I wonder, would this actually alter growth rates? Just because it's an accessory? I know we can't see that, but that would be really cool if this, instead of stat bonuses, it actually adjusts your growth rates. I guess I would have to give someone like with 0% growths and then, or 1% growths in every stat, and then give the ring a couple of big stat boosts that would maybe correspond to their growth rates, if that makes sense. I don't see anything of help in the Path of Radiance section. Let's see if I give this Owner Reinforce. And let's take a quick look in the main doll file. Base ISO for patching, ISO extracted, system, main doll file. I know this isn't showing up, but I'm almost done. Let's see, let's search for, okay, Owner Reinforce isn't showing up. Magic Blow is... Infinity, Valuable, Healing, Restore, Cure Silence, Cure Sleep, twice. Revatter, I have no idea what that does. Longfar, Magic Blow, Magic Sword, Poison, Resire, SH, Stone, Crit, Seal, Crit, Sky Effect Seal, Hero only, Human only, Beast only, Breath, Shoot only. A lot of equips. Equip Riva. I have no idea what that is. Move 2, Storm Sword, Flutter, Final only, Black only, Power up level, expand range, Seal, Steel, Owner Reinforce, looks changed. I don't see anything that would be of assistance here. Like, I was hoping that there would be an attribute that would be like accessory or something like that, but doesn't seem to be the case. Hey, the main doll is actually showing up. That's interesting. Don't need it right now, however. Okay, one more time. Just the curiosity for the accessories had me... that's just a Ragnell bonus. Demiband. Still nothing. It's actually weird that they don't give stat bonuses anyway, because with Owner Reinforced they should give bonuses regardless if they're equipped or not. So them not showing up now either. Wait, I've got an idea. Maybe... And Demiband. I know that the Demiband is actually meant to be for the Lagoos, but it's what Ike has in his inventory, so it's what he gets. I have actually set it so that the Demiband is also the item for getting half shift. I don't know if I want to make that like an item that you actually can get half shift through the item in your equipment, or that you can just use it as a skill scroll, but it is going to be tied to... I wanted to have the Path of Radiance, reference. So we do have the Demiband and the Lagoose Band instead of the half shift and the form shift scroll. Ooh, we got a door key. That is Voluk's personal skill working out. Kind of silly that he gets the door key on this map, where there's no doors. Ah, bummer. I really thought I had an idea there. Maybe if I set the type to item, it would have worked, but seems to not be the case. It's such a shame. Ah, man, I did get the double equip working, but then not being able to actually get the stat bonuses, that's a bummer. Anyway, I think something that we can, however, take a look at is some small showcases for what I've been working on so far. And in this case, I'm going to use Ileana as a baseline, because she has a couple of weapons that I can just easily use. Let's see, we have Thunder. And I'll have to take a quick look, see at my... Fire A, and then L Thunder is going to be L Fire A. Giga Thunder is going to be Giga Fire A. Hello, how's it going, Rain? Salutations to you. And then Bulganon A and Rex Bolt is going to be... let's make it Meteor A. I think that is good. Okay, Ileana is going to be our test person. With that, let's go and make this a little bit bigger. Ileana is mostly also my test person because the automatic damage means that she gets focused, and it makes it way more easy for me to just immediately take a look at her inventory. And if done correctly, we have a blue fire. They just look so good. The Elfire, I like Bolganon a lot. Elfire is one of my favorites, and Arcfire actually is like maybe a little bit too whitish in the flare-up at the moment, so I might try to bring that down to a little bit more dark blue color. But those are like small tweaks that can be made later. Oh, and apparently it also... No, that makes sense. Giga Thunder, why do you... You currently have a background. That's not actually necessary. I have to say Thoron is pretty much like the Apex version of Thoron is one of my absolute favorites. The purple really fits the lightning theme well. Bolganon also with like the blue. And there's the memory issue. I don't know if you caught that, but you see the screen splitting a little bit. That is somehow one of the things that happens. I don't know why, but apparently it's like desyncing the entire game. You said in the video that this is a recent discovery by someone else. Oh, apparently I made a mistake with Rex Bolt. I think that makes sense because it's Meteor A instead of K Meteor A. Yes, the issue we had, I'll just leave Ileana standing here for a moment, is that Heartless Sep has a decompiler for CMP files, and that thing worked really well for a lot of things. Weapons, for example, worked really well. TPL files for the I think the units themselves, like the textures for units like Ileana, currently her cape, but for magic animations it didn't work. It corrupted when recompiling, and Thane made a program called Lumina, which pretty much was just all the things that he had to do himself to make Paragon. There were a lot of tools that he just created for personal use, but they were actually really helpful for us as well. So he made them into one big package as a program, the Lumina program. And that also is able to unpack and repack the files for magic animations, and they can actually be repacked correctly. So we now don't have the broken Elthunder magic that I showed like a year ago, I believe. So that's really, really nice. That's one of the reasons why it's now working. And then Donlot, Tukes, Brave Gallade, like they all had a couple of really nice findings that just helped that specific part with like textures and animations, where Donlot figured out how to have Elincia's Pegasus model be able to wield axes as well, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of small developments that together make some really big improvements for the game, creates a lot more options. Let's see, Expect ID, Hearthfire. Also, I will say right now, this is not going to be a long stream. It is almost 2 in the morning, but I don't know, I just had to do something. I was kind of losing my mind, not being able to sleep. And now we're here. Let's see, Thoron, and then Rexbolt is already changed. We copy over. And we start again. I might actually, like, if I manage to get a few more days in, usually because I'm awake quite late, so I can, so my wife can currently sleep because she's not a morning person. I can try and maybe stream a few more times every once in a while, just because like these moments where she is sleeping with the baby, I can't really do anything anyway. So it might happen a few more times sporadically, but don't bank on this being a recurring thing. But it would be nice to just do a little bit more, show off some progress every now and then. Let's see, I don't know which this one is. This was Hearthfire. I really like... Oh yeah, this is recolored, slightly recolored Blood Tide. I made it a little bit more orange, a little bit more different from Blood Tide, which you still see on the map. It's not that big of a change. I might be able to increase the size or increase the speed a little bit, but that's about it. Like, those are really fun. We'll see it with this one. This is the first part of Ramharg, the tome, because the Ramharg tome will upgrade depending on your level and tier. So tier 1, it's this size, and then if you become tier 2, it also changes stats depending on if you're higher or lower than level 10. And if you get to tier 2, it actually upgrades and it becomes slightly bigger. Also, how's it going, Frozen Lava Reflector? With different camera angles. And then the last one is actually a different one. This one is for tier 3. And this one took me quite a while because it's such a cool animation, but the damage comes in way too early. So I actually coupled 2 animations into one another, which is Diginsia's Ire proc. And then afterwards you get this big animation with a big AoE. And what I had at first was not the instant damage with the Ire proc, but that's like, I don't know, it's not the spell I really like the idea of the big AoE explosion, but I was never able to change when the timer of the damage went off. So I had to improvise a little bit, and I think it's like really a concentrated blast that then expands outward. That's what I was able to make of it. And then Rexbolt is the Meteor A tome. Also, how's it going, Garland Jack? Don't know if I said that already. The sleep deprivation, I'm still like... Yeah, there it is. Blue Meteor. The sleep deprivation is like, I can't remember what I said 20 seconds ago. But that's okay. The only thing I have to do is just look at the screen, see if there's a couple of cool animations to show. And all will be good. We have Feral Flare. Also, you might be able to hear the baby in the background. Not sure. Let's see. Head Thunder Alpha. No, not Head Thunder Alpha. This one. Combat Thunder. And then L Thunder. Oh, these are slightly desynced. That's... There we go. Like, I don't know if you can hear the baby in the background, but he is being changed and he's not happy because he was sleeping so contently, probably. The next set of animations, come on. We'll actually be able to see with, I believe Tornado is the last one I've been able to make. And I've actually made a small change between the regular Tornado and the Apex version, where it's different in size. And I can also change the speed, which creates some funky interactions. And I can probably do a couple of really cool things with that, but I haven't experimented too much yet, because I also don't know if the music speeds up as well. This was, I believe, Feral Flare. I don't know, I don't even remember which one this is. Oh no, this is CN Flare. This is actually the recolor, where the blue flames from a previous video, that was the animation for the Frey Bomb for the mine, which went unused. But I recolored it slightly to make it slightly more like light magic. And I really would have liked, mostly because the idea of CN flares, like it's the holy flame of the capital of Benyon, CN. I really would have liked some light magic animations in there as well, but there is a problem with that where both of the animations deal damage, and then you actually apply the damage twice. But only visually, it then goes back and it has some really buggy interactions. But I was actually able to link up certain animations, so I could do a flame, like a pillar of flame that then also had light magic fall down on the enemy. But sadly, it created some visual inconsistency, so I couldn't make it work. And this one is one of those. This is actually one of those animations where I'm linking up 2 of them together. If you look really closely, I think it was the El Thunder Tome, you can see the Arcfire, especially the ring at the base. The Arcfire Tome animation is actually linked to the initial big pillar of flame that's from the 3-8 map. And the Arcfire Tome is actually what deals the damage. The Pillar of Flame that comes out doesn't actually do any damage. It kept hanging. But by now knowing how to link these animations together, I'm able to take a lot more animations that previously weren't working because they didn't deal damage or they kept hanging, and tie a damaging animation to it. I think Arc Thunder was the next one. And that, of course, opens up more possibilities for animations to be used, like the one I just showed. Yeah, and here we get to the purple lightning. It looks really good. Thoron, this is the Elthunder one. I actually like this one more than the Arc Thunder. Just the instant slam down, it looks so good. And then Arc Thunder, but my favorite has to be so far the Thoron animation. Once more, because we don't double. I believe it's Rex Bolt. It looks so good. I'm so happy with these. Once again, Thane is the GOAT. Thunderstorm Alpha. I don't think I've even shown that one in the video. Wormrend. Here's one where I can also show the difference in size. Valhir 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 6 Valhir animations. Let's see, let's restart the game. Get Ileana some actual thunder magic again. And maybe we'll get a few new nifty items from Voluk, like the Rusted Bow. That was actually good timing. And save state. This is like my favorite animation, the Thoron tome. The purple glow is so good. And maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe I'll be able to get more purple glow in that big orb at the top, because currently it also still has a bit of yellow glow. And that's because there's a few files that whenever I try to change them in color, I apparently modify the transparency as well, which is weird because I'm only shifting the hue slightly. But apparently that messes with the transparency. But by maybe changing some settings, Donlot might know something about that with the Brawl Crate and the TPL files. I might be able to modify those as well. I just haven't had the time to look into that properly. Oh, right, I think the animation or the camera angle for this one isn't fixed yet. It looks a lot more purple from the side, apparently. I don't know if I ever told. I don't know if I ever told where this one's from, but it's actually from the Ginsiet's transformation, like the big AoE. And what I decided for that tome to become, Wormrend, is basically a magical ballista. It's literally no magic is being used in the calculation, only weapon might. So it's like a 34 might tome, and it's basically the same as a ballista versus a Pegasus Knight, which means that the Thunder Mages now actually have like one-shot tomes versus dragons and wyvern riders. These will be very dangerous, and I am going to place these on the map sparingly, of course, but I do want the Wyvern Riders to not... I want them to be just as afraid of certain units as the Pegasus Riders are and the birds are for Ballista users. And I might be able to make a couple... I might be able to make a some Thunder Magic bows as well. I know that I've got one magical ballista planned as well, the Oyumi. And I might just make it Thunder Magic to make it effective against dragons, so that there's also like a slightly bulkier unit that can take a counter from a Wyvern Rider who is initiating and then retaliate, so that you can't just one-shot them the entire time. Like Har attacking a Thunder Mage is frail, and just slamming them down before they get a chance to actually nuke Har or Jill. But at least there will be a couple of counterplay measures versus the Dragon Riders, because they've had it good for long enough. Right, wrong tome. There's essentially two things you can change in the Brawl Crate settings. The MIP map, filtering when far away, and whether the texture repeats or not. The latter is important if part of the texture gets used twice on the same model. Ah. Here I'm actually using Thoron's animation as well, but I'm hiding it with a different camera angle. And I've added a different animation on top as well. But I think I need to speed up the afterglow a little bit more. Because this, I believe, is the AoE Berserk. But I've just shrunken it down a lot, and you can see in the next one that it has a different camera angle and it's slightly larger. Yeah, there it goes a bit faster. The latter is important if part of the texture gets used twice on the same model. Might be something that I'll have to look into. I believe you've made some notes in the Discord anyway, but I just haven't had the time to look at it yet. But I will have to do so. Because that would allow me to like modify the colors even more, and I would not be opposed to that. This one. I don't remember if this one is new or not, so we're going to just look at it anyway. And then Dire Thunder is currently weird. That one is not in the current sets that I'm going to load in. But Dire Thunder is a different animation, and by changing a couple of values, I was able to change the angle, which, like, just through testing, I had a couple of weird moments where the Thunder Magic just came in sideways on a unit. That was really weird. It looks absolutely ridiculous, and I wasn't able to use it for much, but there's like one where I was actually able to make it work. The original animation is from... God, what was it? I will get to it in just a moment, because I haven't loaded it in yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is a lot of the same animation, but for Valhir, the idea of the tome is that every time you kill a unit, it stacks 5 crit on top of the 25 base crit. And it gets bigger and bigger as an animation and faster. And then 2 more, I believe. Yeah, I haven't changed Rex Bolt yet. Like, that one is going to be a weird one for... That one will be very weird to take a look at, because it's got this really cool... Like, I can't use it for anything else, the camera angle, because it's just such a distinct animation with the weather and... I don't know, I love it. Rex Bolt's like the best animation that maybe Fire Emblem has ever created, I dare say. It's got so much personality. But I can't use that angle for anything else. Oh, right, this was just a very instant attack. This one I'm not the biggest fan of, but I wasn't able to find anything else. But it's like a small tome. It's not one of the bigger tomes. And maybe the camera angle is wrong as well. But let's go to Dire Thunder. Because Dire Thunder was originally part of the spirits, like the Thunder Spirit attack animation, and that one has two parts. It has the slam down, and it has a small animation where it goes from the caster onto the enemy. And by changing the angle, it just really made some weird turning animations, and that actually, like, it kind of worked. So accidentally I created a new animation. It's rather weird. And in this case I've got to do effectively wind and then L-Wind Apex, because these are like slight recolors, and for wind I've actually chosen to do it the other way around. I'm not recoloring the Apex version, I'm recoloring the base version, because the green color was pretty much the only thing that really worked well, except for blue, but that came a little bit too close to fire in its coloration. And I really wanted them to be distinct. Like, my initial problem was that blue fire, like Azula of course, and just in general in physics, but Azula from The Last Airbender has her distinct blue fire, and it's hotter, so it's stronger. And then with lightning in Avatar The Last Airbender, it's also colored blue slightly. And for wind magic, we already have the ice in some of the animation, like Blizzard and Rexcalibur, so that blue coloration to make the wind colder actually also really seemed fitting. So in the end, I initially just had blue, blue, and blue. I tried to make it a little bit more distinct. And I think so far I've succeeded. Yeah, and here you can see that those little lumps that just flicker in and out, that's originally from the wind or the Thundertail, but by changing the animation properties, they just go all over the place and scatter. And I think that fit really well with the idea of Dire Thunder being like this rapid fire tome. It moves really fast. Okay, so this is L Thunder. This is the original. So this is going to be Apex, but this is the original animation. And then Arc Thunder is going to use the wind animation, which is the new one, but that one is going to be for the base magic, because it's a lot less saturated. Apparently I also don't have the camera angle for this yet, but you can see that this one is a lot more saturated, a lot more white. We can see it here as well. Rexbolt, this is the new basic Elwind, and then the Apex version is going to be the one that we know from the vanilla game. And here I might still have to modify them a little bit because they might be too similar still, but you can see that that one is a lot more white and desaturated, and this one is just that vibrant green color. But maybe I just have to up that green a little bit more, because they seem a little bit too samey at the moment. There's some slight distinctions. I do think with Giga Wind I've done this already. This is Giga Wind Alpha, and then Giga Wind Regular, and then Tornado Alpha, and Tornado Regular. We can see it really clearly with these two, I believe. And I am wondering, what would you like to see for light magic and dark magic? For dark, I was thinking a really dark purple or like blood red. And for light magic, I currently have no idea. So I'd like to know your opinions. What would fit for these magic types? Okay, so this is, I believe, the basic We'll see it in just a moment, but this is going to be for Arcwind. Yeah, that one is basic, desaturated, and this one should be a lot greener. Also, still not even, like when I look back at it, it's still actually not that big of a difference. This one, however, you should really see a difference. And also, once again, this one in size will be different. This is Apex, and you can really see that it's got a lot more blue color, or green coloration. And you cannot see the top even when the camera zooms out. But with the normal version, it should be a smaller tornado where you can pretty much see the top, and it should be a lot more desaturated and white. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Thoron. Yeah, so this one actually has quite a distinct difference. Like, the tornado is basically entirely white, and you can see the top. Let's see if I can get a quick pause. Like, we can see these big bands, and it still has some green coloration, but the tornado itself is mostly white, and this one should be a lot greener and a lot bigger. Yeah, that one at least has a big difference. I think I'll have to make the vanilla versions even more like oversaturated, so the green really pops out. And that one is the final animation that I have been working on so far. Let's see. L, Thunder, let's place these all back. Of course, I've also changed this for the map animations. Those are also modified. Wait, no, this is Thoron. And then Rexbolt. Let's change that back to Rexbolt. Rexblot, like Rex... Jesus Christ, I cannot type. There we go. Okay, that should all be back as it should be normal. I'm still kind of miffed about those accessories. Oh. Choking on a tea bag. How and why? This is also interesting. Why can I equip multiple? That is also interesting. No idea why. Oh, I think I know why. Because the demi-bands actually don't have any weapon type attributed to them when they... This is like part of my how I was doing it previously, and this is in a large part how Dunal was working with it as well. So here we can see that the rings are all in... They all have a slight coloration for the name. And the idea is that once you move, the game will check if you have one or more accessories in your inventory. And if you have multiple, then it will swap them out for deactivated versions that wouldn't give any stat bonuses. Currently, that works as intended, but maybe I don't have to do any of that, because if I can get the accessory idea working, then I wouldn't need the defunct versions of all these items, and that would actually save a lot of space, because I've got like 100 different accessories at the moment. You've got two hands, so it makes sense. That is true. I mean, you've got... You've got bands, you can put those on your wrist. You've got rings, you can put those on 10 fingers. So, Joshua, actually, it's that we're limited by, let's see, 7 inventory slots, but maybe we should be able to equip all of them. Also, how's it going, Garrett? Congratulations on being a father. Yep. You remember the sleepless nights as well. I will say I wouldn't miss the first 3 months for the world. Oh, we've got ads in a minute, by the way, for Twitch. I do apologize, but I'll make this quick. The first 3 months, and I'm not even like past the first 3 months yet, but I wouldn't miss them for the world. But I will say they could be improved if babies would just drink and be hungry every 6 hours roughly instead of every 3, because you get a little bit more sleep. I mean, it would just be a baseline improvement for the parents. Let's be real. It's not that I dislike what I'm doing currently. I love it. I love the little guy, but I will say that just being able to sleep a little bit more soundly and for a little bit longer would be beneficial for both parents. Like, I think that's just a universal pro and not a con. For dark magic, I think a lot of the dark colors would work well. Dark red, dark blue, dark green. I could do different colorations. That's true. Also, sorry for the ads. They still have to exist. In the meantime, I'll be going and taking a look at accessories again, I guess. See if I can make them work. Yeah, it doesn't really work for the wife as well due to breastfeeding. Luckily, like we've got this really nice station set up with a dispenser, like it's almost a coffee, like a coffee machine, but for baby milk. And that has been a lifesaver because we don't have a kitchen like very close by. We'd have to go up and down stairs for that. And that's not really nice if you have a crying baby and you have to go up and down the stairs to like boil the bottles and make the milk. So we've got this dispenser, and we also have a sanitizer that just disinfects the bottles when they're done. And that's very nice to have. We just press a button, we sit down, and we can feed the baby instantly. It's very nice to have. Okay, I've got 2 demi bands. I don't know which ones, however. I guess I'll just... Yeah, you can just... The baby starts crying a little bit. The baby starts being a little bit fussy, and you pick them up. Nightbot, really? But it has been a lifesaver, just being able to press the button. We do have to check every now and then, of course, that it's still dispensing the right amount of powdered milk. But just being able to do that really easily, being able to feed the baby. We still try to breastfeed as much as possible, but you can't do it all the time, and sometimes mom just really needs her sleep. And then having the sanitation station as well, it's just really nice. You don't have to worry about having to go downstairs, put on a pot with water, and boil everything down. Yes, thank you for fatherhood. No time to say it on Discord. Don't worry. We've the baby will stay a baby for a while, and we've been getting, of course, cards and a couple of gifts. It's been lovely seeing so much love pour out from everyone. I also managed to today. I don't have it here. I don't have it on me, but I actually started on the photo album already. I have been diligent with that. The first couple of pages are done, which are all the echoes. I've been taking notes. I've been making sure to... Nitrating. Okay, so these are no longer equipable. That's good to know. I think I'm just going to... Let's see, accessory... Do it like this. And then... I had the main doll file. Just the pouring the love pouring out from everyone. It's been really nice to see. I've been in contact with people I haven't spoken to in years just because we sent them a card. I've had such a lovely person, like a friend of ours, actually make the card that I showed previously. It was hand drawn by them. I'm really, really happy that they were also able to help with that. Like, we actually had a group of people, a friend group called Blackadder, and they actually made some baby clothes with like the Blackadder logo. Like, it's not from the series Blackadder, it's named after, but we have our own logo, which is a snake and Guinness pint. And they actually printed that on some of the rompers, in Dutch, the little suits. I don't know what you call them, but that was really nice to see. People really loved the card that we sent, of course, and getting in touch with a couple of people that you haven't spoken to in such a long time. There was one person that actually sent, like, I was really surprised to get a card because we were just getting cards ourselves because our second daughter was just born a couple of days ago, like 8 days ago. So us getting a card and then suddenly it being like a notification that someone else got a baby was really cool. And I didn't know that they had a second kid. So that was just really sweet as well. Let's take a look at some attributes, because here we have like infinity, valuable, healing, restore, cure, silence. Those don't really matter, but I have no idea what Revatter is, so I'm going to just add that one. And then Longfar, Magic Blow, Magic Sword, Poison, Resire. SH, I know that for magic tomes it allows you to ignore the magic stat. So that's how I made the Wormrend, the Ballista tome. But maybe it'll work for this as well, I have no idea. Seal Crit is Fortune on a weapon. Hero only, sure, let's try that one. I have no idea if it's going to do anything. Human only, maybe that one is necessary. Beast only, I guess we can try it as well, but... SFX Seal... Sure, it's probably not going to work, but shoot only, probably for ballistas, but let's throw it in there as well. The EQC, EQD are all for different personal weapons, so I don't need to use those. And then move 2. Weak A, Storm Sword, Flutter we can try. Final only, I know that that one is not necessary. Power up level might be good. Seal Steel, Owner Reinforce, Looks Change. Let's advance copy the weapon attributes. And put them on 965. That's a long way away. I have no idea if this... it's probably not visible currently on the screen. This one can go... Yeah, I don't have that one currently. But let's see, 964. And... God, now I have to find the... What's the other one? Knight's Ring? Yeah, Knight's Ring. So that would be probably this one. Let's save and see if I can do anything with these accessories. I just want the stat bonuses to show up. That would save me so much memory as well. And thank you, Garrett, on the compliments for the Apex weapons. It is a slight derivative idea from Exalted. But when I had I had an idea for certain weapons being extra powerful already, like years and years ago. And I'm going to do something different with them So they should still feel different, but I know that Duno already has like stronger weapons. I don't know what he calls them. And it's slightly sad. He uses the star icon as well. I use the alpha icon or for the weapons like this, but there's only a limited amount of different icons and signs and letters that I can use, and I have had to resort to using the star for the forges, which is where you can actually rename the weapon anyway. But I had to signify that they're different somehow, and these were like some of the only usable icons and signs to use. Okay, let's see. Let's equip the Atard. Currently the Night Ring. Let's see, did I do something wrong? No, that seems correct. That seems correct. Okay, so something is prohibiting me from equipping these. And it has to be one of the attributes. So we've got 960, Demiband, and Demiband. So I'm going to start deleting these just few at a time. I think the first one we'll delete here is Revator, and then here we'll do SH, and here we'll do Hero only. And let's see when we can equip them again. Oh, one thing I actually forgot to mention as well for Magic Tomes, or maybe I did, I can't remember. But I think I'm going to try and speed up, if I can do this with the sound all speeding up as well. Because if the sound doesn't speed up, it doesn't really work. But I'm going to try and speed up all the animations just ever so slightly, like by 5 or 10%. Maybe Balberith by like 15%. Because I want the gameplay loop, Radiant Dawn, is called slow, and I know that the animations like take a while. But if I can speed them up just ever so slightly, that they don't feel out of place and still feel impactful, but just shorten the animations by a little bit over the course of a playthrough, that will add up to valuable minutes. Okay, we still can't equip any of these. So for the Night Ring, let's remove Human only, and then for the Demiband, let's remove Beast only, and for the last one, let's remove SFX Seal. Yes, Donlot, I have find out how to change animation speed. Like size, angle, speed, maybe something more. Oh, yeah, this is currently only for Magic Tomes, Garrett. But I do know that I also have a couple of other places where I know that I can modify certain speeds as well. That's in Battle Setup, but I haven't taken a big look at that yet. I can set probably like Donlot looking into models and stuff like that. So Donlot, remind me that I should send you that document, so for documentation, so that you have access to that as well. But there are a couple of things where it says like fade in and fade out speed, the die, like the fade out death speed. Yeah, we really need FE9 with faster animations. It doesn't work for FE9 in the same way. I've been looking for FE9 on and off by like to just disable animations, because we've got the debug version where it just disables everything but also damage. And I want to have the middle ground between the debug version and the actual version, so that we do get the damage, just like in Radiant Dawn, no animations. Okay, still nothing, so let's remove from this one Reva, then move to week A. At some point there should be one where I can start to equip them again. Maybe I should have just done them one at a time. Is it really Path of Radiance if the map animations don't take 9 bajillion years? Well, I think like for actual speedrunners it won't be helpful, but for draft races, that would just be such a game changer. Would make the game so much more pleasant to run. Also, how's it going, Flashing Fire? Nice to see you here as well. Nice to see so many people join in. It's been a while, and I'm glad to see that there's still interest even at this weird time of day. I'll have to do this again sometime. Maybe next Sunday. Trade. Nope. Okay, I can still not equip these. Let's delete Flutter from the Night Ring. Let's delete Power Up Level. I think it's Flutter that's causing me to not be able to equip it. I know that Flutter is used like in one specific location. I see fellow insomniacs. I mean, for me it's just that my entire sleep schedule is currently fucked. Yeah, I wouldn't want to change the battle animations, just the on-map ones. Just give the option to be able to not have animations on map in its entirety. Okay, I guess we're doing this one at a time. Delete, 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 delete. Delete. Save. So much. No, please do not pause. I beat Engage during that baby insomnia phase. Oh yeah. I have gone through so many series again. I've rewatched the entirety of Frieren, because Frieren is based. I have finished the second season of Solo Leveling, which was just really nice to turn your brain off, just vibes and animations and eye candy. It's nice. I also really did like the small character development for where he actually like spoiler alert, I guess, but where he is able to cure his mom from the permanent sleep. That was really nice. That was a touching moment, but that was like the only touching moment. What else did I watch? Blue Eye Samurai, my wife watched, and I picked up quite a bit of that. Apothecary Diaries we're currently like done with as far as that is running. I might have missed like an episode or two because she has watched it without me, but I think I've got most of the storyline. That one's also really good. What else? I've gone through the entirety. This is just because I grew up a dino baby. Like, Jurassic Park was my jam. I watched 1, 2, and 3 religiously. I love Camp Cretaceous. Not so much this season with the weird robot dogs, but I also love the Chaos Theory. There's no blood, there's no gore, like, there's... People get eaten, but it's always off-screen. But that's fine, it's a kid's show, and, I don't know, it's dinosaurs, I like it. What else did we go through? And yes, Frieren is lovely. Like, Frieren is I've rewatched that like 3 or 4 times by now. It's a show that even my mom, who doesn't like anime or any of that, and who doesn't like shows with multiple characters, like a large cast, she was actually happy to watch Frieren with me. What else do we have? I've gone through Invincible. Maybe I did that during the pregnancy phase. And we really want to watch the no spoilers for The Last of Us Season 2. Because I've actually not even played the game yet, and I'm unspoiled by that somehow. Okay. No +7 luck. No +2 defense. No +2 defense. So currently we had Hero only and Revatter. I guess I have to bring back that main doll file again. So what are we going to name these now? We have Infinity, Valuable, Healing, Rest, Cure, blah blah blah. Long Far, Magic Blow, Magic Sword, Poison, Resire, Shoes. I guess Stone. Because I just don't know what... I don't know what Stone does. I know it's used for the Onager, but like... what does it do? Like... Damn half, I guess. I know it's probably not the one that I need to use, but hey, why not? We can try it. There's been a few other series. Like, if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Have you tried removing the on-map motion files? Yes, I have. Because that, like, I tried it, it doesn't work. You don't get the animation, but it still takes up the time to just... They just stand there and wait until the damage comes in. You have to remove the entirety of the code, apparently, to remove the time, but I can't find the code. I've got a couple of leads. Even if I replace it with a shorter file. Yes, I have been trying, like, for years, on and off. Okay. That's not the one. Is that the one? Is that the one? These are not the ones. Yeah, you can give it a look, for sure, because Path of Radiance really needs, like... Path of Radiance is way more buggy than Radiant Dawn. That's like, apologies for the pouring quest, but the entire thing, like, it just breaks. I still have the data, I can still add the characters, but I need to use a new save file and rebuild the way recruitments work and like the characters in the game work. And I'll get that out at some point, but currently it's like, I barely have time to do some Daybreak and just computer stuff in general. I haven't touched my computer for like... This is the first time in that I've been able to computer for a long while in like 3 weeks. So I know it's there. It's looming over my shoulder, and I can't find the time for it. And I don't like that I had to leave it like this, because it was such a cool concept, and then Path of Radiance just decided to break. And I really wish I could have finished it, but such is life. It was fun, though. It was unknown territory, that is true. Things might break. And apparently for Path of Radiance, things will definitely break. Like, Radiant Dawn is structured so much better. Come on, give me that +7 defense. Oh, apparently, which one is this? Beast only? Okay, that makes sense. Beast only is only equipable by beasts. That is nice to know. Right. Damn it. I had the main door file and then I removed it because it was on screen for you guys. Revat, to be fair, there wasn't a lot of interesting stuff happening on screen. So my last one was Beast only. Let's try this one. And equip Reva. So is this a dev stream? So you don't need to apologize for that. This is me being sleep deprived, but the baby is currently asleep, and I'm able to do a little bit of just getting back, yapping, talking about the series I've had. I have shown off some things that I've been able to do in the meantime, and now I'm trying to find out if I can make the Path of Radiance accessories work again like they in Radiant Dawn. So yeah, it's kind of a dev stream, but also not entirely. It's mostly just me messing around and not having a lot of success. And just being happy to see a couple of familiar faces. Yeah, Poor Quest was nice. Just I think I know how to fix it. Like the idea of not necessarily the idea of Poor Quest itself, but all your units. I should be able to slightly tweak the Lagoos. Just give them 10 more HP and take 25% off of their growth rates for HP, and then basically I keep the cast that I had for the start of the game. Until you get the chapter where you get base preps, and then from there on out I just add all the units that were submitted, and you can just play with the ones you want from there on out. That's what I'm going to try and do. I have no idea what black only is. Like, what is black only even for? It's, I mean... No, the Black Knight doesn't use it, I believe. Also, Dolphin, can we just bring you up slightly? That's better. Poor Ilyana, taking damage every single time. Oh, okay, this one doesn't... These two don't allow me to equip them. That's interesting. So that is black only, and final only don't allow me to equip them. Flutter actually does. Interesting. This one is the one I have my hopes for. Power up level. That seems... That seems like the most reasonable one. It's even in... Maybe it's a leftover from the Black Knight and Path of Radiance? I don't think it's ever used in any of the Radiant Dawn ones, like, unless Dawnlord is able to quickly check the Black Dragon Breath. Still nothing. Yeah, and then they got deactivated. What if they're deactivated? Does that actually work? Let's see. That would be this one. No. This one. Stat bonus flag and new plus 5 speed. There we go. Search for all. Sword, lance, axe, bone, knife, yada yada yada. Accept, access, 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 access. It's not useful. Maybe if I create them as... What if I give them a weapon? No, that shouldn't matter. Let's see, where do I have a... This is an item that gives me Owner Reinforced, Seal Steel, Stat Bonus Flag, Strength, Magic, Speed, Defense, Resistance. Is there anything else? Maybe I am getting sleepy. To be fair, it's also been almost 2 hours, so maybe it is time to go and try and go to bed. It's such a shame that this is like almost functional. Oh wait, that's not what I meant to do. Trade. It is just the demi-band. So it's this night ring, and then this demi-band. And the weird thing is, these demi-bands, like, they should give 2 defense. And they are classified as an item with Owner Reinforce. So why aren't they reinforcing as an owner? Like I would expect even if it doesn't work with equipping the item, that it should still work just because it's got the property of Owner Reinforce. And those should always give, like the Rudel Gem always gives a stat bonus. Rudel Gem, my behated. Does the Ragnar buff cancel out stuff like that? It shouldn't. I can give him the Etard. So here we do have +2 defense from the Owner Reinforce. And that is specifically because you can't see it, but one of the... Oh, Christ. Oh, it's 2:45. My screen just went from... like, I've got a really specific time window because you can't keep it 24/7 for reading mode, where it's like a lot more orange and softer glow. And apparently from like 2:45 until 3 in the morning, it goes back to regular bright blue light screen. But the Demiband, one of them, I've currently set the weapon type as an item, and it's got the Owner Reinforced property. So that's the +2 that we currently see, and that is correct. And that would be this one, because I cannot trade or drop it. But if I equip this one, I would expect +4. Because the other one is an accessory, and the weapon damage type is an item. And the other one that I could try is the Night Ring, which is... it should give +7 luck, and it's an accessory classified also as an accessory. So I'm able to equip the Night Ring, but it doesn't do anything. Maybe I can take a quick look at Ghidra, but maybe I'll do that later. I don't think that's a good moment to do that now, because I don't think I would be able to set up Ghidra to show it on stream, and it would probably take like a long time to find as well. Yeah. Sadly, this seems to have me stumped. What if I just remove these and... Wait, I actually have one item that... One of these should give +5 speed with Owner Reinforce if it just doesn't have anything. Which one is it? Speed +5, Demiband deactivated. But that makes sense, because currently it's not equipped. Apparently, if you don't have anything as a slot, you can also equip it. And that actually works. Okay, that is... Oh, cheap viewers. Can I remove you? Delete message. There we go. Okay, so this is interesting. If you don't have anything in the weapon type and weapon damage type slots, it apparently allows you to still equip it. But I'm currently equipping a Night Ring and a Demiband. Which I think isn't really supposed to happen. Is one of these Night Ring... Oh, that's an accessory. Okay, so that allows for possibilities. What if I just leave these open? If all goes as planned, we should see +9 defense. That is taking the +5 from Ragnar into account. And +5 speed and +7 luck. No, not +5 speed. That's for a deactivated weapon. So +7 luck and +9 defense for 5 from Ragnar and 4 from 2 times 2. Okay, we don't. But we don't have anything equipped. So if we equip the Night Ring, we get +7 luck. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And we can only equip one. That's very nice, but the problem is we de-equip our weapon if we try to do so. Fuck. That's such a bummer. Like, can I attack with this? I cannot attack with it, so it doesn't do anything. It's so close. Also, here's like a 30 might weapon. I think this is, by the way, just funny. I think I fucked up. Yeah, currently Gurgaron doesn't have any it's for Alondites, okay. Currently that one doesn't have any animations when used at range. Oh, no, I want to use it in melee. In melee it works at least. And then I think this was even worse, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's just like a wind edge. Yeah, black only. I mean, I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize this stream for that. Okay, currently it's just a Tempest Blade or Storm Sword. I am able to modify this and actually create a brand new animation for that. Same thing with the magic animations. That one is going to get a very a different colored Ragnell blast, basically, and Alondite and Ragnell are going to have different versions as well. Oh, that might be nice if we can use it as an extra PRF weapon slot. So it's such a shame that the Night Ring, like if you remove the damage type, can I bring this window up? Let's see, where's my items? Dolphin. Where is my... I have no idea where my main doll is currently coming from. Break time. This, oh, Hex D? There it is, Hex D, okay. Then battle weapons can go. So here we've got the items tab. And what I've been looking at is this item, this one, and this one are the 3 items that I've got in my inventory. And then if I take a movement, it changes them to the disabled versions because I've got 3 of them in my inventory and that's too much. So I don't really need these. Let's see. I don't need this Night Ring because it's deactivated. And then this Demiband was just for testing. And this Demiband doesn't do anything. And I had the weapon type as accessory and then damage type as accessory as well. And then here I had weapon type accessory but damage type as item. And then here I had item and accessory, but that one I figured out really quickly already that it doesn't allow you to equip them in that case. The item is for stuff like the Rudel Gem. So here we have Owner Reinforce, which is like the defense plus 10. And because of the Owner Reinforce as an item, it always gives the buff instead of getting it only when it's like Ragnell, where you've got a lot of attributes, but not the Owner Reinforce, because it only gives these bonuses when it's equipped. So I was taking a look to see if I can get the accessories to work. Night's Ring, Night's Ring, Night's Ring. By creating this accessory, because it's still in the main doll file, and this is probably a leftover from Path of Radiance, and then trying to see if there's any way to get that luck plus 7 to actually apply, because when you have the accessory weapon type, you can equip them, and they don't count towards your weapon. But maybe if we change this, for example, to sword, and we change this one to Card. And let's make this one speed +2 so that we can see if anything happens. It just seems that the accessory isn't adding the stat bonus, even though it's listed, and that is a slight shame. So let's take this one. Currently we have no buffs, that is correct. With the Night Ring we have no buffs, that is a shame. With the Demiband we have no buffs. And with the other Demiband we also have no buffs. Also apparently it auto-equips... Or does it not? Let's see, unequip. No, it doesn't auto-equip. That was just my mistake. Oh, and this one... Oh, there we go. Okay. Apparently that does disable your A buttons. Interesting. So stupid. Else do we have? Like what are our options here? Because it has to be an accessory for the weapon type, otherwise we can't equip it. That much is certain. Unless we don't have any weapon type, then we can also equip it, but it becomes a then it just becomes something that has to compete with the sword or the weapons that you usually have, and we don't want that. We want to have double equipment. I think this might become a Ghidra thing. Sadly. Which I really don't want to do now, so I think I'll do that maybe tomorrow if I can find the time. I've also gone through pretty much all of the Hex D stuff, which is this big list. These are all the attributes that you can give, and some of these we don't even know what they do. Some of them are unused, probably leftovers from Path of Radiance. But then again, I couldn't find the attributes in Path of Radiance all that easily. Although Donlot did say that he found the black only on Alondites. Let's take another quick look. Paragon. A different version of Paragon. Path of Radiance base, items. So the first one would be... Or is it Alondite? Oh, here are the traits. I wasn't looking at the right place. So black only, seal crit, infinity, storm sword valuable, that makes sense. All the Laguz Guard has human only and lycanthrope damage half, that makes sense. Beorcard has beast only and lycanthropes as effective damage seal. Full Guard has effective damage seal. And then the bands have literally nothing. They just have accessory. I wonder if there's I don't think Thane has I think Thane has mapped everything out, otherwise there probably would be some unknown variables in the item section. But maybe it influences growth rates. Just by, instead of stat bonuses, the stat bonuses become growth rate modifiers. Which would also be very interesting, don't get me wrong, but that would require some testing. So I could give Ike, for example, 1 in every stat for growth rates, and then 99 in strength, speed, and defense. And he should always level up. Basically, he should always level up strength, speed, and defense in those cases with bonus experience. And that would be a pretty good way to test if any stat boosting flag for the stat boost would, in fact, when it's an accessory, apply to growth rates instead. But that would be very specific. I don't have any bonus experience, sadly. But I guess what I can do is there's probably someone who's very close to. I could probably level Ike up. Oh yeah, there's a Night Ward, of course. Let's see what the Night Ward does. Good thinking, Donlot. What does the Night Ward do? Equip D. It's the only... It has defense and resistance. It's an accessory. The unknown value is 4, which I have no idea what that one is. And a 30% speed growth. Yeah, equip D is just for mounted units only. Interesting, but not helpful. Demiband, JH, and equip Reva. Beast Amulet, Beast only. Equip C. Doesn't have any stat bonuses though. Okay, Night Ring. Let's see. Unknown. No, don't displace my rusted sword. Where is the gold gem? Gold gem has unknown values 1 and 4. And other than that, nothing really changes. And that is different, so let's see if that is like... That's going to be my final test, see if the Night Ring... Because that's 1 and 4, I believe. Yeah, 1 and 4. Night Ring 1 and 4. This one, let's try 4 and 1. And this Demiband, let's try 1 and 4 as well. It just needs to be accessory and accessory. Uses, weight, and uses we can place at 1. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Doesn't have any other values. This is the last thing I can think of, and then I'm going to try and go to bed. Probably because the baby is going to wake up not too long from now anyway. And I think it's my turn to do the shift in that case. I assume, Donlot, that you've not been able, like, that removing the animation files didn't help? I don't know why I'm battle saving. Oh. keeps giving an error. I guess I can just do that like as the last thing. It's a shame that these accessories that it's so close and yet so far. I just want to see the numbers go up. So what was your idea? Just remove the file from the just remove the file from the directory, I presume. Let's see. One more save. Let's switch over here. God, now I have to think about where do I actually go? Path of Radiance. Path of Radiance base files. Which ones are they? The YMU, I believe. YMU. Because there's a lot of animations, of course. Weight isn't one of them. There's a CMP file. There's I could throw that into Lumina, I guess. Body, move, skeleton. I don't need to... Yeah, YMU. Okay, then I'm in the right place. This is for movement, javelin, move neutral, move spear, skeleton, weight axe, weight hand axe, weight javelin, weight neutral, weight spear. Those don't really help me. So I would remove, I guess, attack axe 1. Is there anything in the... If I open the file, there's nothing in there. So let's copy weight axe. Let's remove attack 1 with axe and paste. And then rename. Because currently Path of Radiance... Hope this is the right one. Am I in the right one? Extracted base. I don't think I'm even in the right folder. No, I'm not in the right folder. Fuck. That doesn't help. Okay, so you can go back in here. You can go back in here. Copy or cut, I guess. Path of Radiance, animation testing, files, YMU. Ready is for standing still. I'll take a look for that one. Paste. I've currently just removed attack 1 with an axe. Or Titania. So currently she doesn't have any... Hello? Oh, apparently it didn't like my save state, so I'm going to... Luckily it always does grab my save state, so that's not an issue. Yeah, if you remove the file, it just crashes, because it can't find it and it enters a loop where it continuously searches for it. So that doesn't work. And then if we go for axe ready, and we copy that one, and we call it attack 1 underscore axe. We try this again. Path of Radiance decides that it doesn't like my keyboard. Yeah. And then it does work, but it doesn't do any damage, and it's still, like, you still have the waiting time. That's the issue that remains. It's the fact that we have to get rid of the waiting time. However, you were looking into the values, right, Dawnlot, for Radiant Dawn? Let's see, where did you have that? Dev Lounge, I believe you said it. Hex editing. No, this is not for. Is that list for the GA files or for somewhere else? Because I have been just twiddling. Let's see, do I have? I don't have a hexd in here. I have just been messing around with these files, especially these at the start, but I haven't had any success. Like only crashes. Especially because FE9 also doesn't have an FE9 battle. It only has FE8 anim, FE8 data, FE8 effect. Let's see, let's try Weight Axe. What if we just have the wait command? I think the problem is that it still doesn't deal damage. Yeah, still, like, it still takes too much time, and we don't get any animations, which is just a big bummer. So that attack 1 axe, like, I know that if I change it to, for example, the critical animation, that does work. And the pack file only has a body, it has movement, skeleton, and weight, and then it has the texture. So let's see, 2, 4, 30, 31, 36. see if I can match this. Is there anything like far away camera, Diginsia, model size, model height? Yeah, I don't think that's going to help. I think what probably decides the timing on the GA files is either the CMP file or the FE8 anim file. Probably FE8 anim file, and I just haven't been able to find where it is. The CMP file, I presume you mean the .pack file. I have unpacked it with Lumina, and it's only got more, like it's got the body, the skeleton, weight and movement GA files in there, which isn't all that relevant. And it's got the texture file for Titania as well. Like, it's probably FE8 anim. There is Paragon. Then let's close this one. Animation testing. Oh, apparently that one. We are using this one. We have Porin or POR. We have affinities, armies, battle sky, battle terrain, chapters, characters, classes. There's nothing in classes. Nope. Items, Kizna. Those seem like bond supports. Portraits, shop, skills, supports, terrain, and terrain. Store, scripts, dialogue, tiles. No, currently Paragon doesn't support that for Path of Radiance yet, so no animation data. I think this is only FE8 data file that it's looking at. And the FE8 animation, let's see if we can find Tiamat. We can find Tiamat in here, so that seems good. But then, what do we do with the Tiamat information? See, what is the value? Can I find the hex value by any chance? 4C04? Okay, that's a couple of locations. Then can I find 4C24? Cannot. Okay, so this might actually be the offset for 4C04. That might actually be Tiamat's offset. Constantly reoccurring 20-byte blocks. And from where do they start? Like, if I... just at the very start? Okay, then let's see if we can... go to sure. No, not go to find 492E. View bytes per row, 20. What I don't see here, however, is attack 1. Yeah, can't find attack 1. Radiance, animation testing, files. FE8 data, attack 1, can't find it. FE8 effect, attack 1, can't find it. System. That is not the attack 1 I was looking for, so probably not. CP data. That's all the AI. That's also not necessary. But in this case, we have 492E. Yeah, oh, sorry, that's a text string. My bad. And I see that that one is referenced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So let's try 4C04. It's referenced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I have no idea what this is going to do, but actually, 0, 0. Let's go to 0, 0, 4, 14. Oh, that doesn't work. Wait, are these the weapons? Spear. So it's nothing and then 4. No, I have no idea. Let's see, where's the aid for Tiamat? Is that still Paladin? So, what is Titania's class? What's the name for it? Paladin. Tiamat F. Amjit Paladin, but Aid Knight 2. And Aid Knight 2 is... Sword, Lance, Axe, Bow, Flame, Thunder, Wind, Rod, Knife, Item, and Accuracy. So that's probably the list. Here we have 3967. Let's keep that. $3967. Do we have that anywhere here? Nope. So if we find 3967, nowhere. So 3987 maybe, also not. Oh wait, 398F. Oh, that makes a difference. Because I'm not current, of course, I'm 398F. I have to look for 398F. Can't find it, that makes sense. And then 396F. That one actually is found. But it's not with Titania's supposed offset. Go to 4B36. Night 2, okay. Okay, I do have something here. How am I looking up offsets? That's just a trick that I know from the Serenus Forest hacking notes, that the most used offsets that Radiant Dawn uses is either it's either when you've got a 16 byte layout and not 20, then it's either 20 or 2C that you subtract from the actual location. So here we've got Night 2, which is Titania's model. So if I go up 2, in the corner we have 4B0E, but that's not correct because currently we're in, like, the distance is wrong. So we have 4B16, and if I look up 4B16, we actually do see that that model is in here, and it has 396F. That was the model that, or the corresponding offset for the aid of the unit. So this seems to be correct. And then we can take a look, see what all these other ones are. So if we go to 3E54, we see that that is the aid for Night 2 Sword. So that also makes sense. And then 3D C8 should correspond to aid Night 2 Spear. So I think what we have here, this block, which is a long block, all of this is 4B16. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of 4B16. I think this entire block is Titania's models. And every single animation that she can have. So if we take a look, see how many these are. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. That's roughly 70 different animations that are referenced. So then we go to YMU and we go to, or I guess, do we go to YMU or do we go to ZU? Where's Paladin? Paladin 2? Oh, probably we have to be in the YMU file. It's just called Tiamat in the folder. And we would have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 44 items plus, let's call another 10, so 54 items. So there's probably more even hidden here, as far as I can see. And then what if we just decide to remove all of this? Just remove any reference to Titania's model. Thanks for stopping by, Garrett, and good night. Good luck changing the boy. This is FE8 anim bin. Let's actually make a copy of that before we do anything. And now, if done correctly, we should just have nothing for Titania. And that's like way too much that we take away, of course, but it's more so for testing. Okay, movement is still there, so... No. Okay, there was an attempt. Also, HexD, why do you not allow me to just Control Z after I save? I do think there is something here, but I'd have no idea what we'd have to do with this data. But I'm pretty sure that, like, if I go to 4B16, or I guess I go to 4B36, I end up at exactly Night 2, which is Titania's data. Like, that's her model. Then the question becomes, what can we do with that? Because there's also Tiamat. But maybe that's... Is she ever dismounted? I don't think so. Do we have an... We have a Night 2 in here. Oh, wait, no. I think I do need to go for the Tiamat one. Night 2 is not just Tiamat, it's also other units. It's also Oscar, it's also Astrid. Okay, let's see if I just go to the Tiamat stuff. So we search for 4C04, which is way shorter. And we just delete all of this. We save. Does that fuck up Titania? Doesn't seem to be the case. We did our best. I think there's something here, but yeah. It's too tired, too cooked to be able to think any more past this. But maybe Donlot's able to maybe Donlot is able to look at some of the stuff that's in here. Like, I know that you were looking at the models for FE10, and Path of Radiance really could appreciate the speed up, but so far it is not yet in the cards. be the end goal here? What's 1BDF? 1B... Let's try FF, I guess. 1BDF? Nope, that's nothing. So that's a value. And then 3E43, 3E63 should be Knight's Titania. Yeah, Knight 2 Titania Axe. And where do we have Knight 2 Titania Axe? Does that come up anywhere? Knight 2. It's not in the YMU file. Paladin 2. Yeah, ZU is big animations. How's it going, Mosmero? You joined me at the very tail end. I'm trying to find anything for Path of Radiance. Yeah, 0 battle animations, we don't need those. But I was maybe looking at if I had anything that that I was looking in the wrong place in the animation file. But these are only the models, and not the actual GA commands, which is kind of a bummer. What does the main doll have to say? System main find attack 1. Oh yeah, that's not a hex value, I know, sorry. So it has attack 1, attack 2, crit, rod, tackle. These are all in here. What happens if I just copy this and then change it to zeros? That would be absolutely horrendous if that's the way to solve it. Just don't reference the attack commands. Yeah, that breaks. Figures. Sadly, I don't think I don't think the main doll file operates on the same offset. So if I look for 2707, 270762, I probably won't find anything. And I don't know how I would have to shorten this. I think that's it for today. I've tried, I've shown some progress, and sadly Path of Radiance is still eluding me, eluding us. We'll get there someday. This was fun. I'll try and do this again sometime, but for now I think it is time for bed. I'll see if the baby needs some attention. Probably going to be late night streams because these are the times that my wife likes to sleep, and where if I'm awake, or sorry, these are the times where my wife is able to take care of the baby while I'm either sleeping or awake. So in this case, the baby is luckily mostly asleep, but sometimes she just has to sit on the couch, care for him a little bit. We made some progress, but not that much. We've shown some accessories, which also elude me, and Path of Radiance is stupid as always. But you know who wasn't stupid? That was you. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a good night or good evening. Better luck tomorrow, indeed. See ya.